What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 8th day of August, and here we are at about 0052, right where we left off on the last video that I mentioned ZBCN in. But we did go lower, down to that area that we were looking for, 005, 00508, I guess. You know, a little bit around that area. 8 hours, 5 minutes left in this day. I think that was the low. I don't think that you go lower. I think that you are ready to move higher. Understand, and I want to be very clear, just because we move higher from here doesn't mean that we're on this fantastic voyage right now, right here, right now. It could. We very well could move up a little bit, consolidate some more, maybe even consolidate a little bit more, and then inevitably break out, right? It could take a little bit more time, but we are, you know, relative to this whole thing, we're right on the edge of our seats with this next pump. Okay, and when I say this next pump, I mean not something like this. I mean something like this, right? Like something fantastic. We're right about there. We're right about there, you guys. It's time to start, you know, having sleepless nights watching this chart like a hawk, because any moment now, I mean, it could be today. We got 8 hours left. It could be today you're at new all-time highs. It could be any day now. But whenever we get a daily close above the 886 at 0062682, when we get a day to close above there, that would be the first kind of step in opening up the gates to the bulls, essentially, to these new all-time high areas. And whenever we do get to new all-time highs, the area that I would anticipate we go to is anything from about 00969 to 00969 to 1.43 cents, somewhere in this area here. Okay, we probably would have a rapid move up and then consolidate, perhaps in this zone, something like that, and then we move up some more. Or, you know, if we stop lower at the 1414 1272 area, stop somewhere in the lower quadrant here, or the lower 2/3, whatever, we would then likely go to the 886 786 area, something like that, or at least back to the 100. Either way, some kind of consolidation would start to take shape, I would think, in this area before we then continue to grow to that next area. I am thinking, and I have said a couple times, that with this next move up, we won't consolidate like this or like this or like this, these little like sideways movements, but it'll be more, and that are lasting about a week or less. We'll see a consolidation like this that lasts about a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, right? Where this one here, you had a, you know, lows, lower highs like this, and that lasted from May 4th. We didn't really start to break out until May 21st, so that was a couple weeks right there, even like 2.5 weeks right there. So something like that would probably be the consolidation type phase that we see up here, right? And from a high to a low, what was that, a 30% drop? 42% drop, yeah, something like that. So if you think it's just going to be smooth sailing all the way up to our target destination of 2 cents to 4.5 cents, there will be bumpy rides along the way. We definitely will have pullbacks. It's very common to have pullbacks of that magnitude along the way, even into bullish trends. So, right, you look back at ZBCN and you just remember, oh, it went from here to here. Oh, it went from here to here in a month and a day, or something like that, a month and a week, however long it took. It went from here to here. You don't remember the 40% pullback along the way, right? There were people that were panicking here. You got to remember, there were people that are panicking. There are also people that probably maybe didn't panic, but they weren't enjoying it. And then there were people who did, you know, rightfully buy the low, buy the dip, you know. And maybe they timed it perfectly, maybe they didn't. But hopefully you'll take that and remember that whenever we do get up to this area, you buy the dip, wherever it is that we stop. And the thing is, ZBCN could be deceitful. Maybe we stop here, look like we're coming down, and then boom, then we move up. It looks like we're finding resistance here. You would anticipate this kind of area. My best advice, and it's non-financial advice, it's really just my opinion, what I'm trying to say here, what I'm alluding to, is that the best thing to do here would be, don't try to trade this zone. If you want to, the way that I would do it is, instead of selling and then buying back, I would just, you know, if I had more to buy, I'd wait until we were here. If we rejected this area, and I'd buy right here. Or if we reject something in this zone, I'd wait till we were here and buy in this area, something like that, if I wanted to be strategic about it at all. But I wouldn't sell, because we're still a far ways away from where the potential high is going to be. 2 cents is the minimum target. I really do believe that we're going to see 3 cents to 4.5 cents by the end of this endeavor. And it really could be by the end of this month of August. If not the end of August, then sometime in September we should be up at that area. Would be my guess. Probably early or mid-August, or September, sorry. Daily time frame as far as the MACD is concerned, the MACD looks a little bit bearish, not going to lie. You've been green for a very long time. Maybe it is time to take a break. Maybe I'm missing something here. And the RSI, actually the RSI does look a little bit bearish too. Looks can be deceiving though. You do have lower lows with higher lows. So that is hidden bullish divergence. You might have already seen your move, your bearish move down. That might have been what yesterday was about, that 10% move. Stochastics are bullish. Let's look at the 1 hour. Let's see if we can validate or invalidate everything that I've said so far in this video. Right? Was it a waste of words or was it a bullish premonition? Bullish divergence here. We're moving up a little bit. Stochastics look bullish and the MACD looks bullish. So I would think we continue moving up. Does that mean that we go higher than this high? No, but just higher from where we are now. 4 hour time frame here. If it'll load. Lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. Lower lows in the stochastics, higher lows in the price. Hidden bullish divergence is what that's called. That's a good thing. And on the MACD, we're actually at a point where you would look to bounce off the zero. So bullish things on both fronts there. I would think that we're moving up, you guys. I don't think that we're moving down. Not that there's zero risk of moving down. You can move down, and if we were to see this thing retrace at all, from a low here to a high here, you know, I would think at the lowest we'd go to like 0.004. But at this point in time, I'm thinking to the upside. If we do try to move up here and we get a fake out and there's a wick, it's very likely that we go down to this area here, 0.041, 0.004. Okay. If we break out of this structure, that's not incriminating to the downside, but maybe we bounce at 0.0475. Okay. 0.04, 0.0475, those are the areas that I would anticipate. But if we get some kind of fake out or we start to move lower, and provide this to be like a true kind of double top, maybe we do in fact go below this low. I really do like that 0.0414 area as an area of support, both as a fib on the 382, prior area of resistance here, prior area of resistance here, and kind of an area where we found resistance and support back here as well. So 0.04, 0.041 makes sense to me if we are to go lower, but I'm thinking we go up. All you have to do to validate that is move up. Just move up, man. Don't invalidate it. Move up. Do it. You know you want to do it. Do it. If we're looking at this from a high to a low, again, getting above the 886 here at 0.062682 on a daily closing basis, not on a wicking basis. If we're up here and there's 12 hours left in the day and we come back down and we close here, that's not what we want to see. It's not that that's bad, and that's not what we want to see. It's bad now. I just mean what we want to see is a close above this line, not a wick above this line. That would be what allows the gates to open to the bullish lands of Valhalla. I'll see you guys on the next one. I've got nothing else to say. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye.